first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll fire to his right. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Throws toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
What a missed opportunity for that interception. Yes, I know he gets the pass breakup. He had a chance to finish things off, and he really didn't get it done. But there's a reason he plays defense. You know, they put the guys on offense that can actually catch.
Last play didn't go as planned. Now 2nd and 10 from the 26. Give to the running back.
And I like the quarterback making the decision quickly. I'm going to give it. I'm not going to throw the football off the RPO and just let my back get some positive yards. You're getting 5+ yards. That is a great job by the offense. Continue to stick with it.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. Breaks the tackle. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown tie. And the pummeling has started. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need... to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. And now on second down for this offense. Wide out in motion. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. They're bringing heat. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. Offense set on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He turns it loose to the left. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Now on second down. The give from the gun. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He has brought down the man. What a job to find some running room and move the chain. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Powers through. Can't get him to the ground. Touchdown, Bama! And the beatdown has ensued. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Scanning the field, it's Thorne. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Grabbed over the middle, it's Lewis. And he'll ramble. Before he's finally knocked down. Big plays like that makes play calling so much easier. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 34. Pulls it and fires to the left. There's a live football. And they put it on the deck, but it gets out of bounds to avoid the turnover. Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. They're going to throw it again. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Run in the red zone, it's Ncaa. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Got some work to do after that last play, 2nd and 13. Trying play action. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. To the end zone, and it's picked off. Great job by the freshman. Kept his eyes in the right place and made the play.
A nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls and go out and make some big plays.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Powers through the defender. He has a first down.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team. If they're having this much success on the ground, it starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Feeling some heat. It's caught. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking for room. It's Young. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. From the gun, running back on the move. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking for an open area to his left. Fires downfield. Finds a man on the right. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. 3rd and goal from way back there. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Starts to scramble to the left. And they're finally able to get him on the ground at the 1.
You know, in these goal line situations, the field starts to shrink. It's easier to key in on these guys that you know can fly at the quarterback spot. Defense was locked in. Nice job on the 3rd goal.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And he'll just take a knee in this drive. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Caught behind the line. It's Alston. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. 3rd and short now from their own 48. They'll try to get it through the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Brown. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Thompson.
Well, they execute the end route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
He'll keep it himself. The ball squirts free. The defense pounced on that. Now they're headed the other way. Racing down the left side. The 40. The 20. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. Fielded in the end zone, it's Kane. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
White going to attack through the air. Dumps it off in the flats. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Excellent. Good use of the hands to knock it away. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He's looking downfield to throw. He hauls it in, and nobody's close. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift, a late touchdown.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Here comes that Alabama offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this. And this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. Let's see what they've got on second down. They want that clock to run. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand.
It's complete. A huge pickup. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Pulls it in. It's Alston. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. He's looking to throw it. Trying to get to it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. White wants to throw it. Coming after it. On the move, he fires. It's caught downfield. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a first down in the red zone at the 11. He's going to pass. And he didn't squeeze it. It's loose. Oh, and averts disaster by falling on his own fumble. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. And the consolation prize there. He gets into the end zone, won't win them the game, but at least a score as the clock hits 0. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little...